Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 23 today, where we're going to talk about forex or trading in general, trading teams, trading communities, and trading partners, pros and cons. So, the advantages and disadvantages of hanging around forex traders. Okay, so we've been in this industry for some time, so we know the difference between hanging around forex traders, teams, communities, whatever you call it, and the cons as well. But before we start, my week has been fine. We've been trading, we've been teaching, it's been a holiday. People listening from Kenya, it was a holiday yesterday, celebrating the heroes, Shujaa Day. Apart from that, nothing much, just watching the markets, taking opportunities where opportunities present themselves. And yeah, have nothing much. How are you boys? What's up? Ken, Taras?
Greetings everyone. My name is Taras Lawi. It's another episode as Caleb has introduced it. So today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of being in teams. Last episode we talked about athletics, and there was one aspects we highlighted, which was working in teamwork, or the power of teamwork. So today we're going to talk about basically working with under teams, having mentors, trading communities, and also the partnerships which can be formed around trading also. So that will be the topic for today. My trading week has been a bit flat, zero trades. I haven't had any opportunities for this week, so I've just been watching markets. But crypto, we can see Bitcoin yesterday hit 66,500. Yeah, a high of 66,500. So new highs on the crypto market. Ethereum also, I think, also made a new high, right? No? Okay, yeah. So I think Bitcoin made a new high. Also Dow made a new high, but those two are not my opportunities. So just watching markets and enjoying life a bit. Ken.
So hi guys, hope you're having a wonderful time wherever you're watching us from. So like my friends have said, this week we've all been looking at markets. I think yesterday was a holiday, but for us it wasn't a holiday, so markets have been moving, and when markets are moving and you're trading, you need to take advantage of the opportunities that arise from these movements. So for me personally, I have been holding 2 trades for the week. So I have a gold long and a GU long. They're working well, but none has hit my target yet, so still waiting, running risk, which is quite normal. So we'll just wait to see the outcomes. Probably before the end of today, tomorrow, we'll know how markets will turn out, whether it's a losing week, a winning week, and if it's a winning week, by what percentage, if it's a losing week again, by what percentage. So like Caleb said, today we're going to talk about the value of being around people who trade, and also the disadvantage of being around people who trade. I think it's a binary bet. Like there are advantages to being around people who look at markets and people who trade, but there's also some disadvantage around being people who look at markets and people who trade. So for people who come to the office, many people have come to the office and they normally say, okay, I'm lonely, I've been trading for the last 3-4 years, but I'm doing it all alone in the house. And it can get really lonely. Like if you're, for example, losing and you're in the house, it's lonely. Even if you're making money again and you're not around people, it's lonely. For me, I think all along my trading journey, I've been around people. So started trading with Caleb, Lawi, and some other people. So I've been around people, and now more and more people are coming around me with time. So I will focus more and lean more on the advantages of being around people. I don't think the disadvantages would outweigh the advantages. So I'll focus, or I'll lean more on the pros of being around people. But again, there are also some cons of being around people. I think also you can't have something positive without a negative. It's the duality of life. So we really also have to look at that. So I think Caleb can start us off.
Yeah, no problem. Starting off, I believe in this business you cannot achieve success alone, especially in trading. No man is an island. You need a team. It's all about teamwork at the end of the day. And to go to my first point, the pros. Okay, pros of being, let's say, in a team or in a community. Mm-hmm. Or let me more or less say even a team. Like the way you're seeing the three of us, as we're a team of 3. We used to be a team of 5, came down to a team of 4, came down to a team of 3. And I think 3 is a perfect number. But because let's say if you have an argument, two people opposite each other, kuna mtu katikati anaweza come kusema which direction maybe. But anyway, that's just on another side. So to me, number one, before even I go into the deep about trading advantage, it first depends with the type of relationship you have with the forex traders around you. Okay, so depending on whether the team you have is people for open-mindedness, people for growth, people with determination, passion, that really determines. If you're in a group of someone who's not hardworking, lazy, you're around a forex team, yes, but it'll be very hard for such a team to move ahead.
You're more likely to be demoralized.
Exactly. Okay. So depends on the team you are. So make sure you're looking at the team you are. Like we were talking with Ken yesterday, and he was telling me I may realize the 5 people you hang around pia utakuwa aggregate hapo to an average of who they are. So before you even get into a team, make sure the team is of competent people. So to go to my first point, I believe first there are 2 types of teams, okay, or even communities. So let's say if, like us, we were the first type I'm going to talk about. We were all green, we didn't have no one to guide us. Then there's another team or a community where you join, where there's someone who's been in the industry and is going to teach you now. Okay, so there are different advantages and disadvantages of both. I'll talk about them the more we continue. But starting off now, my first point, like us, we were a team of, we didn't know anything, no one knows anything. Tunaanza at the same level, doing research, no one is at the top of us, we're all at the same level. So we were really, and especially the relationship now we had, the 3 of us, we are very open-minded. You respect each and others. You know, we can be at the same level, but Emina sema Ken pia fikiriangi, I won't listen to him. Okay, because this time we are all doing research. Ken is telling me, hey, teach me what you've learned. You look left structure leads clue. Me, I'm teaching you. Taras gets pivot points. He's teaching us. So we're all listening to each other with curiosity. We really want to learn. So I think there's an advantage to that because we get to research about a lot of vast things and then we come and conclude. And that's how we were able now to write this book. Okay, so that's how we were able to write this book. We all did a lot of things differently. We came together. If you come to office, you'll find a board. We have a board on the wall. And that board, we had it since we started in the house. So we used to discuss with one another. So you do a lot of research and then you come now together and compile. Okay, Taras, you've been trading pivots. What's the advantage of that? Ken, you've been doing trend lines. What's the advantage of that? Caleb, you've been doing patterns. What's that? So there's faster growth. You get this faster growth. You're all learning at the same level. So you're all, especially if the 3 or whatever number of team you guys are, especially if all of you want to really grow together. Najua kuna ile unasema, hey, Ken ndo mzuri hapa. Can you do all the hard work? Okay, but the fact that all of us 3 want to become great traders, we want to grow. So that was the first advantage I have. So at a group level, peer level, you greatly elevate one another. So as we didn't know anything, trading is tough. Ken can easily give up. Taras doesn't know anything. Caleb is just starting off. So the fact that we were together, we were a good support system for one another. True. You know, unlike if you come to a group of where there's someone at the head, I think I'll talk that more advantageous. The guru more or less is telling you what to do and what not to do. Now, us, because we didn't know what to do or not to do, yes, it's a harder journey, but we get to learn a lot. So we won't repeat we'll experience some mistakes and say,
like you have to do it yourself to experience it.
Exactly. You can't beat experience. So there's a certain pain. Like no one told me, don't blow an account, use proper risk management. But the fact that you went through it and experienced it, you know, risk is everything. But if you just came and you told, risk is everything, you don't, you get it. So that I think I'll talk that more on my points of disadvantages of having now someone who's leading you. You're sort of being shown a path. And like now us who are get to see different parts, experience different mistakes, and long term it's idea. So that was on my first point.
Okay,
groups learning together and growing.
For me, I think I can go straight into how life works. You know, like I don't think there's anyone who was born knowing anything he or she knows. So you're born and anything you know, you learn from somewhere or from someone. Like for me personally, I knew trading from my sister's friend. So it was just a story actually that this guy's trades. So the fact that I knew someone, you see, so you have to start for any industry where you're getting into, you have to start it by knowing someone. Like for when you came to KU, we knew Malims,
Yeah.
and he was the one who opened everything now for us to like the real side of trading, not the binary and stuff we were doing. So basically, I think it starts from are you curious enough to know what other people know? So, because trust me, there's so much that you don't know that other people know, and if you're not curious enough, especially at a younger age, high school after high school, and just before campus, you'll easily go into those paths which are mainstream in society, not like what your curiosity has led you to. So like you see, for me, I got into I got to know trading even before I joined campus. So I think it was around July. So I was joining campus in September. So by the time I was getting into campus, I had an idea of what trading was. So I'm getting to know Malims. My that curiosity got even sparked more. So I believe for me it starts from how do you get to know trading? So some people get to know trading. Okay, I think most people get to know trading from someone else.
Yeah.
Right. So and from there, okay, the teamwork can't be solid enough, but utapatanga at the same way we met, you were not as solid as we are right now.
Of course.
You at home. Ken was my neighbor. At some point, he moved back home. You see, we got separated for a while, but we were still in contact. So, like, who are the 3, 4, 5 people you're contacting in your industry, in trading? So let's focus on trading. Who are the 3, 4, 5 people you're working with? It doesn't have to be like us. You're working daily in the office, but just sharing resources. Because I remember that time. I'm not sure if it's Malims or Ken who found the book in the library, but they immediately told us, go to the library and pick this certain book from this certain shelf. So I believe it's always powerful to have some people, okay, they don't have to know anything, but when you're getting into an industry, like it'll be so like, imagine like going on a like that African traveler guy who traveled Africa alone.
Yeah.
Like we were watching that thing with Ken, and the risks were so much. Like what if just anything happens to your car? Who will you contact? You see, so like
Just alone.
The whole of Africa for 3 years traveling alone. So like the risks was so much. So for me, I believe as you start an industry, at least have someone okay, or you've heard something about the industry that at least you can reach out to someone. For me, I don't think I'd have gone into trading, and I think that's also another reason. Because when I was starting out, I didn't know that friend immediately. So maybe limona once, but I didn't have that personal contact with him. If I had it, maybe ningekuwa more triggered into it. But so no, I heard about it. I downloaded a binary options, and I didn't do much about it until I met someone solely like Malims. You see, so I think having someone like it starts from there. That's how you build a team. That's how you build a community by starting with that one person. That second, third person. So basically, like try so much as you start. You can even get a fellow newbie mwanze mtasaidiana sana than just starting alone.
Yeah.
So basically for me, it's as you start somewhere, have someone else to hold your hand. It doesn't have to be a pro, but even that newbie actually ndakona more curiosity. So just the same way you said, for us, our curiosity, our curiosity led into our learning so much.
True.
So basically, you just need to find someone to hold your hand as you start. Then I think we'll dig deeper into how the teamwork builds to partners and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think for me, I'd talk more about like, yes, you're in a team now, but what's the value of being around the people?
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things is having someone just challenge your opinions, your beliefs, and what you really think will work in the market. Like you'll give someone maybe you've been learning something, and you share it with someone. If obviously people rarely will tell you that this thing won't work, but if you're smart enough, you can tell if someone is skeptical about something working. They'll try and ask you some few questions. They'll try and push you to try and see why this thing won't work. And when someone does that, as much as you may proceed by doing what you have researched or what you think will work, at least now you have the feedback of someone else who believes what you're going after may not work. And so the value of that is once it just starts or stops working, it's very easy for you to like switch up and come back and say, okay, this was one of the risks that was contained in doing this thing. And so someone had already raised it. So it's not something new because you have different perspectives. Another thing is people will tend to focus more on different aspects of trading. So for example,
so they diversify.
Exactly. I may come up with a lot of psychological stuff. Lawi may come up with a lot of risk stuff. So that already tells that as much as I'm not really focused on researching so much about risk, Lawi will point out
taking care of it.
Exactly. He'll point out to me like, again, make sure you check out this memo. Make sure you check out this thing on risk. Maybe make sure have you factored this in your risk management? Have you thought about this? Like how are you going to plan about this? That element means that I may be working on one thing, he may be working on something else, you may be working on something else. And that makes progress faster, easier, and more enjoyable. Because also there's that part where things get, like one of the times like I really enjoy in the office is when we are talking about the aspect of like losing and having fun about it. Because I always imagine if you're just alone somewhere, it's no longer fun. Like you're just losing.
Demoralizing.
Exactly. You're just losing energy naisha, motivation naisha. But nikilose huko, Lawi kuja niambie leo Ken.
Menyongwa.
It's no longer now like, sasa tena nimelose ni. Kula siku yako pia umpatwa sasa leo. You get? So that element of also like having fun when you're losing, having fun when you're winning is very, very important for a trader. Because I can imagine like, me have not experienced it because I've always been around traders. Like if I blow an account, someone will just be there next to me. As much as the sister wambia check in me blow account, nitajua tu eventually, and then you'll be laughing about it. Kama mkisema, check, you'll find any mistakes. So you'll try and learn about it. But now I can imagine someone who's just seated somewhere in a house. Alone. Blowing accounts. With no one to talk to. And you don't even know why you're blowing the account. Unajua nikiblow, I may blow and you may tell me, Ken, you know you have a psychological issue, or Ken, you have a risk management issue, or Ken, you have a
negative
your system is not
expectations.
your system is not working. When someone gives you such feedback, it's very, very valuable. And again, when you see someone next to you doing the right thing, it's easier to replicate it.
True.
You get? If you're just alone and you're trying to do the right thing, it's hard. But
because you don't know if it's the right thing.
And even if you know it's hard to do the right thing.
True. Discipline.
But the minute Caleb, I show up every day in the office and you're just sleeping, your stuff itakuhound. You'll just start showing up immediately. You'll be like, hata pia mimi, let me push myself. Especially if my showing up is working. Like, unaona, Ken ana show up and maybe he's making progress. Me, I'm not showing up, how? Because that will really push you like, umse amfanya hii, let me pia also work on this. Let me also work on this. Because there's that, like you're saying, you're the average of the 5 people around you. So if the 5 people around you, misery loves company.
True.
And
itakufuata
tu. The minute there are 2 things that I've observed, and I've observed it with myself and also other people. The minute you're around a group of people, we are social creatures, so you have a group of people hanging around you. And if there are certain people in that group who are disciplined, working hard, doing the right things, there are 2 things. You either match up their energy, so you decide, okay, I'll match up the energy and try to do what these people are doing. But you become resentful, bitter, and you decide to try as much as possible to pull these people back. So those are the 2 things, those are the 2 options you have. And they happen unconsciously. You don't decide like, sasa ndakuwa bitter ni Z. They happen like, you either decide, okay, let me just push myself, or I'll be the one to drag these people behind. Pull them back. And most times, it often leads to the positive. Like you decide, okay, let me just also work and pull people to unless now you have other issues. But if it's just a normal problem where it's maybe you're not lazy, you don't have the motivation, now it comes and you feel like, okay, now I can work towards certain things, I can push people towards certain things. So I think that's one of the first most important things that happens when you're around people, like that being challenged your opinions, having somewhere where you can get some energy, and also not winning and losing alone, and realizing also, okay, markets are tough for everyone. I think that's also very important. Like once you realize, game enyewe kumbe si me too. You know, there's that time where you're losing and then you think, wow, am I this stupid? Am I this foolish? Like, can't I just get this game? But the minute you see, I'm losing, Caleb is losing, Lavi is losing, kumbe game ijui ijui like at CG it's not personal. It's like things are just tough for everyone. So ama you're just in the early stages of the day. So it's easier now for you to keep moving, not really blaming yourself or taking it all on yourself. But also now there's the risk in that. If I was to just move to the second point, there's the negative side of being around people. One, you may lose. He loses and he loses. Then you assume it's normal to lose. Now you said sasa si lose si wote. Sasa
so imekuwa crowd mentality.
Now it's about si mi peke hata umse mwingine anachengwa. Or you are trying to work on something and it's not picking up, and you see someone else is maybe not working on something, or someone else's tool is working. Then you decide tool yangu sasa acha niweke kando kwanza, acha nitafute hiyo. The minute now you start doing those things also, they destroy. Or you're long on a certain currency and I'm short, and then you decide, okay, because Ken is long, let me go long also. The minute now you start bringing in those minor details and you don't pay attention to them, you start losing money. And it becomes, now you even start feeling bad around being around people, because the big picture perspective is good. You have that. But the minor details, you have to trade your own style. You have to decide which pairs to trade. You have to decide how you're going to handle your trading. Are you going to scale in? Are you going not to scale in? Because those are minor details which work for different people in different ways. Because in the markets, one advantage of trading in the markets is how you look at markets will work in the long run. If it's positive, if it has a positive expectancy. But the minute how you look at market works and then you mix it with how Lawi looks at it and how you look at it, because the minute I just come to the office, like I can know Lawi is short on this market, but me I'm heavily long. You get like, or Caleb is still short in this market and me I'm looking to buy. Like you can already tell this person is still holding a certain position, this person is still riding a certain position. In the long run, if you keep doing what you're doing, it will work. In the long run, if I keep doing what I'm doing, it will work. But in the short run, your trade could win and your next trade could win and my next two trades could be losers. The minute I assume that you're winning because you're looking at markets in a different way and I'm looking, that's it. Like I'm done. So you also need to factor in those minor details and remember that as much as I'm around people, I still have to make my own independent decisions. I still have to decide which markets to buy, which markets to sell, and how I'm going to handle different things in the markets. His philosophies on risk could be very different from mine. And that's why you also share, like, okay, what do you believe about this? What do you believe about this? His temperament is very different from mine. Yeah, so you really have to
so approach the markets knowing all those things on a personal level.
On a personal level first. Then now you can bring in the perspective of other people. Yeah. So
okay. Continue, Russ.
I think I can get into that point a bit. For me, I believe, just as Ken has said, the pros and cons of being in teams. Being in teams will help you learn how to trade. But being in teams will not make you a profitable trader. Like now when it comes to buying and selling, the point of a trade, it's now up to you.
Exactly.
Because the moment I enter that trade, it's my own psychological issues. Hakuna team tena. Hakuna tena hizo. Exactly. So when it comes now to being disciplined for your own trading, you are saying what you're talking about last time. Self-discipline, not team discipline. Self-discipline.
Not team discipline. That's a very important point.
So exactly. Like when it gets to like you managing your trades, you choosing to like how you handle your trades, how you handle your psychology, how you handle your risk. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
But at least how you are learning psychology, how you are learning risk, how you are learning markets, to learn from kuona kiana kiblo mahali pale, wewe system yako ikikuchenga mahali fulani. So that I learned, yes. But now when it comes now to actually I'm managing a live trade. Yani hata your trade nikiweza if I now try and ask for the team help, inakuwa shida. Because if I ask you for Caleb, EGU me I'm long.
What do you think?
But I'm seeing a candle here. Me I'm very heavily short. My friend, your trade. And it will become like now disaster. The worst nightmare in trading. Exactly. So when it now comes to like, let's say you've developed, and that's what I also believe in terms of teams. When I think you've developed enough in your trading to like in terms of system development, the system is working, you've backtested everything. Now that is where I think now solitude comes in. Ile hasa ile point sasa ni laser sharp focus. Hakuna tena no ile just leave fungia kwa ofisi yako huko hivi.
Exactly. No noise, no distractions.
No distractions.
Your own decision making process.
Exactly. So for me, I believe solitude now comes in after you've gotten some levels of proficiency. After like kushaanza kufika ile level unajua you're at least consistent for the last 2 years. So you're working on maybe scaling your capital up. Just something different from what other people are working on. It's not system development. System development tuko tunaweza work together but ume backtest iko aje? Ume backtest how is it working? Ikifika huko kwa scale up bana, hiyo ni ya solo journey bana.
Kuna mtu ako ready ku handle 50 million, kuna mwingine 10 na mchenga. So hapo sasa unaona pia ukikuwa kwa team it could be a disadvantage in fact because you could be ready even to handle 50 million. But now because someone next to you is handling 10 unasema hapa nisikimbie mbio sana. Unajua daribu like now that one it becomes a disadvantage. So I really agree with what he's saying like in the form of running, developing things, learning, being around people, we work together. But when it comes to making a trade-to-trade decision, deciding when to buy, because there are some trades even someone might take and I'm just like, that's a loser directly from my view. But I won't say it, I won't do it. And it could win or it could lose. And the funny thing about markets is if you're still very, very green in the markets, like if you're young, bado uja develop. Newbie. Unadhaningi uja mwingine kiluzi yako sasa ndio itawakingi forever. Ujui your loss pia iko hapo tu around the corner. But the minute you've developed now you know okay. It was a systematic trade but that was a loser for him. And if he didn't take that trade it's also a problem. Because systematically he should be in the trade. But he never took the trade. Why? Unless you have psychological issues. Because if there's one thing I've learned in trading it's try as much as possible not to have conflict in your decision making. The minute you want to buy and you want to sell at the same time, you shouldn't be trading.
That was me trading at P.
Long na short.
Double bias. And you want to sell. Exactly. The minute you have that conflict, achana your trade. In your decision making, you should know, I'm entering here, my stop loss is here, my take profit is here, I'm going to scale in here. If those things, if your decision making process is not well thought out like that, and you start out trading, you've bought, starts going lower, decide to close, you sell, starts going higher, decide to close and buy, your inconsistency will be with you all through your trading. Like it's very hard for you to perform. But the minute you know, okay, this is what I'm looking for, when it appears, this is how I should react, and you don't have conflict, like last time haikuwork, those things eliminate. When you're trading, last time hakuna, uko mbele hakuna. It's tick by tick by tick, trade by, it's the one good trade theory. Trade by trade by trade by trade. That's how I think about my trading. When I take a trade, it's about this trade. Will it work? Will it not work? Not because this one trade failed, then system yangu sasa haiworking.
So you avoid the gambler's fallacy. Those fallacies, biases, like beliefs, because they're toxic beliefs. Like hakuna setup, I have to be in the trade, so let me take this or that. The minute you introduce those conflicts, your trading is done. So you need to ensure like that conflict doesn't come in when you're making decisions, and that conflict can really come in when you have a team. Because one person is long, another one is short. One person thinks rates will go up, another one down. Things go down. So you really have to come back down and now make your own decisions. After we have been done trading on Friday, we're reviewing our trading, we can now talk. Okay, on Friday, what were your thoughts about this? Why did you decide to buy here? Okay, now I can learn something from his thought process. But at the minute of trading, no, I can't learn anything. And that's why I find it weird in these chat rooms, like in this, like now going groups. Into the communities, in the chat rooms, like a Discord community or a WhatsApp or YouTube or Telegram, you'll find that you post a short position and then someone changes their bias and buys the market, or you are long and then someone says short and you change. That's dangerous.
because you're now not learning. You'd rather lose money and learn what not to do than change your bias and make money from someone else's decision making process. Because this person won't be there all the time. And even if he's there all the time, there's a time he'll lose, and I can bet that the time he'll lose, you'll say jamaa sasa ameanza kulose. Sasa nitafute lawi huko amekuwa kiwin. So even when you're in communities, observe the decision making process of someone. Like I can see your chart. The minute I just see a chart and maybe I see the risk reward tool or I see the breakdown, I can tell your bias. And I can tell what you're thinking and why you're thinking like that. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in doing what you're doing. The minute, okay, Caleb thinks like this and it works often. Now I can keep trading. But if I don't understand even why you're trading like that and I'm in that trade, that's risky. Very, very risky. Very risky.
To the next bit, which we'll cover, I think, about 3 of them, which is adding up on what you guys are saying, but it's more on the cons, of having a group. Tara, sorry, you had finished your point?
Yeah.
Okay. Is some groups, especially in this group, if you have a guru or a successful trader, so it's a big community. Let's talk about big communities. Different people, kuna losers, kuna winners, kuna break-eveners. So now the worst thing that can happen in such groups is comparing yourself
to other people.
And we see this a lot now on social media. And this way people on social media think they can make money fast because someone else is maybe made money even in a quick way. You're wondering, mtu alifanya hii stuff in 2 years. Yako ume take 4 years unaanza sasa compare z. You get my point? So someone comparing themselves to someone else because someone else is consistent or profitable and you're not there can make you lose. It can breed you to not focus.
You lose focus
and motivation. You've been working on a certain system for some time. You're comparing yourself with Taras. Exactly, you're becoming disciplined. You're comparing yourself with Taras. You're saying, in my 3 years, acha nichukue Taras. You start becoming, let me try his and see if I'll be profitable. You're wasting all these 3 years just to start another journey. 3-year journey of understanding another system. So that group mentality of starting to compare yourself just because someone else is winning or someone else is losing
is very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. That what Taras is saying in discipline, that you can be consistently inconsistent.
Yes. You're now inconsistent.
You're constant, like
you're consistently being inconsistent.
Exactly. Consistently being inconsistent because you're not disciplined. You keep jumping from one place to another. So it breeds that lack of focus. And I've seen this many times. I may have seen it myself. Most of these things even we're talking about is personal. Like the time we start jumping from, you remember even long time when we used to trade in the house, sometimes maybe me I'm on a winning streak, I don't say, Caleb, si loan party trade. Ama may come to Ken, see you give me, and Ken gives me hata simulizi, I don't question.
And like
I take the trade.
There's now that whole community of signals.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. All of them.
I think those are the biggest communities out here. Most communities see za kusaidiana ati kama like our Discord, basically where we share our stuff, our YouTube content and stuff, insights. Most of the trading communities out here ni signal
based.
Exactly. Signal based. Wase tu wako hapo every day, the moderator who is the guru.
The moderator.
The guru.
Ni kutumanga tu TPSL na entry. Daily, you see. So kwanza, I think that's a point I missed. Like, make sure kwanza, as you get into these trading communities, get into a community where you learn. See, not where you want to make money. There is no community for making money.
Making money is a personal endeavor.
Tumesema already the personal endeavor. So in communities tuna learn too. Yes, we are in Telegram groups for downloading books. Kuna communities enough that trading where you can get books a lot, like content. But sasa there is now this mainstream communities are signals, and it's taking the whole trading industry by a whip. Yani ni noma sana, yani hasa huko ndo
and people are not learning.
But now you see it's cause people are not interested in that learning. People are interested in making money, bro.
If you're not interested in learning,
keep process.
Like we're in this already tough world where like everybody ukiamka asubuhi, like your life will just depend on not even let me read a book, itakuwa tu where will I get money for my breakfast. So like nature ama tu sierra nature like capitalistic world imetuput tu hivyo. Books are bro naweza ingia library and maybe I'll read for free.
And people don't
do that.
And that's where money is.
Lakini angalia wasao kwa street kutafuta pesa. Kweli. Ni wengi. So exactly like people come into trading with the money factor, and it has been a disease that I think it takes so long to cure your disease in the trading.
Nika equality of money. Kutoka na rich and
in
poor.
As much as you try and preach in all these podcasts, try and develop your trading skills on your own. Watu bado tu utaonanga tu. Angalia tu, our Discord has very few numbers. Angalia the signals 14,500 yani zimejaa watu.
And people want that action.
Watu wanataka hizo action.
Adrenaline.
You remember what I was telling you? Like I was telling Caleb, on Monday I didn't have a trade. So I took my first trade on Tuesday in the morning. And I observed that there's a tendency, a feeling of look for some action. After adrenaline kidogo.
You don't know.
Usipoheke sana.
You have to know exactly.
Ingia kwa market, utafute ka move. And then now I became aware and was like, there's no setup. Why are you struggling? So I realized like it's an innate need that comes to everyone, that you need some action. The minute that becomes what you're looking for in the markets, and you know people, that's how most of the people approach markets. Like they wake up and they want to trade. They go to sleep and they want to trade. Like you don't even have a separate life from trading. It's just about trading. And then you become the Wall Street fool. You're always losing because now you're desiring action instead of looking for. And that's one of the things that I'm now tracking on my daily report card. Like I'm tracking how many times I just take a trade, not because there was a very, very good opportunity, but because I just desired some action or I was really, really bored. Some of those trades are the ones you say, you acha ni risk kidogo. Like deep down uko kwa unconscious unajuanga hii trade si poa, sijai research, it's not in my system, but I'll take it and then I'll risk a small percentage. If you have not overcome such psychological tendencies. I don't think also, I've been thinking about it can you really become a very, very good trader without being conscious of certain patterns? Like you need to be aware of certain patterns which keep on repeating among the losing people. Like for example, the pattern whereby after losing, there's a tendency of people feeling like they're losers generally. After 3 losing trades, msana assume, fuck, I'm a loser. It's like you're highly neurotic. Like the 3 losses make you just focus on what you're not doing well in your life. Ona sasa nimelose kwa markets. Ona hata sikutokea, ona hata sikufanya, ona hata uko hivyo nimefanya hivi, ona hata like the minute you just start combining all those problems with those losses, your trading journey now becomes a hassle. Tough. Very tough. But if you're aware of certain patterns, so losing is normal. It's just normal, like I lose. Because my system has a 60% chance. Still I lose 4 times. Kwani staki hizo 4 times ikuje? Zitakam tu. So the minute they come, at least you appreciate them. So you won't beat yourself up a lot after losing. And if that's the case now, at least you can be able to make sound decisions in the markets. Yeah. So I think those things are quite important. And they're the same things we're talking about. Like you need to be aware that when I'm in a group, someone will post this, another one this. But my only boss is the market. Like nowadays, that's what I tell myself. Ken akona opinion, Caleb akonayo, Lavi akonayo, and 1,000 other people. But boss ni market. Then what I decide, are you making money today, are you losing money today? If I'm making money, well and good. If I'm losing money, well and good. There's no idea, I have lost today. It's tough.
On to the next one. So I think also that psychological framework is very, very important when you're joining some of these communities also. Yeah. And the disadvantage of being in the group of now taking tips, as Taras is saying, slowly you might not know about it, but long-term effect, it'll build lack of confidence for you trading alone. So itafika point now, labda hii signal msami dedi ama me quit trading all in all. Tipster is gone. You trusted him so much and maybe you've been making money, maybe.
True.
Now it's time for you, okay, now trade alone. Sasa Ken,
See, of course, the
Nimekuachia
next journey is
spotlight.
looking for the next guru. this guy will believe.
After Saule champion mwingine.
And what they
This guy will
looking?
believe maguru akuwa mmoja. It
That's
can't
the-
be only one man.
That's the byproduct of him not having confidence in trading himself.
Yeah.
Umse aja understand how to trade ajui Taras anabaingi lakini asijui anabaingi wapi. You get untakanga hiyo confirmation bias. Even if you know, let's say hata umelearn I'm supposed to sell at this point I'm supposed to buy at a trend line. You cannot finger that button until Ken tells you. Nika conditioning.
Umbai Ken.
Nika Ken mbuy. Acha tuingie hata kitu kilose siko peke yangu. You get that crowd mentality.
That's
you
one of the things now. You now stop taking responsibility.
Exactly.
And place it on someone else.
Exactly. If Ken loses ni Ken iko mimi Ken alinshow. But if you win wanachangingi.
Ni mimi. Boss.
Trade ilikuwa poa.
Trading nenda fit. And when they win they take responsibility. When they lose
It's no
they
longer
blame
their
it.
problem.
Exactly. So that lack of confidence is you're uncommon. You'll never be able to trade alone at all. And luckily, me personally, I've never followed anyone.
Also, I've never.
Also, hatujai fought anyone like atikienda kuja niambia unajua kuna mse amsema hapo acha nichukue trade Ken akaingia z. The worst that has come ni ile mimi nimwambia Ken ameniambia wewe umeambia Ken hivi tuko hii circle. But see we went out looking and searching for someone else.
Guru.
Yeah, but that was my point. I was to add on that lack of confidence
In your system.
and it's good you've brought about the responsibility part.
Yeah.
Because people diverge very much. So the disadvantages Zico and something else just to add on in terms of group, especially if you have a guru or someone who's leading. Let's say at physical, not even to say at in groups, physical. Tuseme kuna gitosha hapa. Sindo tuko new. Since ndo guru no mnamno things do, you lack the confidence to question.
True.
Nagetile amekwambia Bitcoin.
This is how you make money in Bitcoin. Wala kubali tu. Like the puppet like you are.
I'll tell you tena. Yeah, that's okay. It's a very, very
You lack the confidence to question.
Nani same tu bado na like how like tuko tunasikiza nani this guy about the speculative bubble. Bro, this guy was saying about the speculative bubble when Tesla was 300. Saizi Tesla iko about 700. Mimi ningesema tu msada kama ni hedge fund manager fuck him.
ubai hiyo
Ni buy to my asset. Ningekuwa nime double my money on Tesla.
Exactly.
Ungefinywa.
Na ni pesa yako.
Wanze exactly. So wanasema unja kina Raidali wanasema hii market ni si
It's like
strong
even
enough.
right now Bitcoin. How many hedge fund managers have said Bitcoin is a speculative bubble? But it keeps making new highs. New highs 10k, 20k, 30k, 40k, 50k, 60k. Or like Buffett saying, "Hey, I'm staying away from tech." Sasa pia unasema, "Hey, uko tech siendi."
Pia mimi siendi.
People have made millions out of it.
Exactly.
So there's also that element whereby and I was listening, even your parents, like it happens even with your parents, like
So it starts at a core level.
it starts at a core level. Like I normally like observe people, like you'll hear someone saying, I wanted to pursue this thing, but my folks have told me not to. So I've decided I'm not going to do it. I do feel like personally, as you're growing up, there is a point whereby you have to develop some strategic rebellion. Like sasa umekuwa kichwa ngumu but strategically. See ile kichwa ngumu like you're disobedient or anything. But again, you don't consult on everything. There's some decisions whereby you just make and then you decide, okay, 5-10 years down the line, my parents will see what I was doing. And even if I fail, I'll have learned something.
True.
Which is the most important thing. Like now, you stop now leaning more. Ndo maana kuna time unaambiangwa now you have to move from your parents' place and go. And kama Abraham, venye toka kwa baba yako sasa, go and start your own shit. So in trading, there's that
Abraham
part also.
aliambiwa. Abraham. Leave your
After
father's house.
kukaa for long. Was it Abraham or
Who's
someone
Abraham's father?
But someone was told that.
Okay.
Or even it's Jesus who told him that. When he was living. Jesus
and Abraham tena.
God. When he was being told to, I think it's Bible sana, but there's this time when he was told to live from
who? From someone?
a place, from a place to go and out somewhere else. Where was it? Like from?
I think it was more or less what you're talking about, because Abraham was given the nations. I think it was Jacob. Jacob is the one who used to go. I think Jacob is the one who went to his uncle Lot.
Abraham was told to live somewhere and go to somewhere else.
Abraham was told to kill the son.
I'll get for you that story and tell you.
Abraham told to leave. I'll get for you Jacob.
So, okay. I'm not sure though, but I'll get
Jacob
for you.
is the son of Isaac. After, but
Okay.
but I don't know. Also my stand to be corrected. Tutajua tu.
But anyway, so there's that also, which I think is also important for you even when you're going for mentorship from someone. Like if you come to me and you're learning, at some point you have to develop now your own independence. You decide, okay, I've learned enough from Ken.
Now
It's time for me now to go out on my own
part.
and do my own stuff. Because like Jack Swagger was saying, like people contact him a lot, like, hey, you've written books about traders, you know some of the best traders. Please connect me with just one of these traders and I'll work for them for free. But he always tells these people, no, don't follow that approach. If you want to learn how to trade, just look for books, look for an account and start trading. Let the market be your mentor. Ikufunze. Because the minute now you start going to learn from someone else, then you won't develop that independence of mind. And good traders or great traders are the ones who develop the independence of mind.
For sure.
So he's telling you the best way for you to develop that independence is for you to stick to one
Your own
approach.
trading.
Exactly. So I think also there's that part, like you're saying, you get somewhere and you decide, okay, now I've learned enough from these people. Now it's time for me to branch out and do my own stuff. Because like when we started out, I remember we were watching a lot of Astro videos. But I've never found any one of you now saying, hey, wametoa video ingine acha to watch. Like you got to some point and you branched out now and you just started to do your own stuff. You get if you're reading about, that's why when you're studying, you start with degree, you go to masters, and then you get to PhD. Now PhD, you can now give out your own philosophy. That's how we learn enough, Sasa. Now you have the ability to think. You've assembled information, you've assimilated it. Now you have the ability to think and come up with your own philosophies also to teach other people. It's the same with trading. You start from learning from someone, you trade it well, then you get to a place where now you can share my own philosophies now with people, which is now the most important thing, I think.
Yeah, but that aspect of asking
your journey.
Asking questions, especially for people ahead of you. I remember there was a time when I was in ADMI. So ADMI, we've gone to learn about film. In film, you're taught a bit about sound engineering, how it works. Now, I used to love physics in high school. So I was good at physics, sound. The same things were taught in high school to tunafunza sayo class.
They apply.
Now, the teacher was telling me something about sound was very wrong.
Sound travels in a straight line.
I don't know what you were saying. And I remember telling him, hey, no, teacher, you're wrong. Then he's like, no, it's like that. I told him, Z, you're wrong. Then I told him, okay, we'll go research, we come see. So we came back. He even came back and told me, it's true, Caleb, last time what you were saying was right. Not that I was trying to exercise my ego or anything, but question. You can even be wrong, but question so that you can know if you're right or wrong in the end. Kuna ile tu utasema, ma story, and you're very wrong. But if you feel someone is wrong, like what you are talking, you remember when I was teaching you about the thing on originals, voice. Kuna 4 options when it comes to something that's options that you have to make in life: voice, exit, neglect, persist. Now, mwalimu anaweza kuambia hivyo, neglect, you know he's wrong. You neglect and you just persist. You say, acha tuendelee. But unaweza voice, mwambie, say you are wrong here. And I stand to be corrected, but I believe you're very wrong. It's even good for the teacher to be open-minded to ask you, why do you think I'm wrong?
Exactly.
Sasa ukimuexplainia one yes he's wrong, anaweza accept. Pia unaweza muexplainia na hugu ndo kweli mimi ndo niko wrong.
But now you have learned.
Exactly. Now that's the advantage of voicing. So yeah, at the end of the day, question, man. Hata sisi come question us.
Confidence. Ka una confidence in yourself, you'll never question anything. Hata this thing you want to question, hata uko sure about. Unanyamaza tu sasa. But the moment you are sure about something, of course you'll voice it. Like ile time pia naye ni kanoob.
The Lord has said to Abraham, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you.
Sawa.
I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. That was what I was saying.
Okay. You know Abraham?
Abraham.
Okay.
Leave your country, your father's land, and go into the land I will
Show you.
So it's the same now with you.
Mhm.
Leave your mother's house, your father's house, and go into the land you will be shown. So if your parents may be telling you enda hivi, but waambia mimi nimelive hii country yenyu. Enda kwanza yangu sasa ingine. Yeah, so I think that self-reliance, like you have to, at some point in your life, you have to get to a point where you can make your own decisions. And once that's the case, you have to also be confident again, like you're saying, in your decisions. Pia make decision usiogope.
True.
Hey, unajua sasa mapero alikataa but nimeamua tu yani. So there's that element also of like standing your ground. So in trading also
very important.
You have to get to a point whereby now you stand your ground, like now you have built the competence required to navigate the world.
Bet.
So you can now be on your own. Yep.
Also, in terms of just also trading as a team, and also in terms of risk. So trading as a team diversifies the risk of a portfolio.
Yeah.
If I'm trading 50 million shilling account alone, the risk is 100% on me.
Exactly.
But when you are
your waves up, down.
Yes, exactly. When you're managing that 50 million account, the three of us, that's 30% risk on each other. I'm at 33 or something, 33.3. So at least you see from 100 to 33, we may reduce your risk vibaya sana.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's also another point. And I think that's how we've also developed like our trading. Basically now, I think it helps now in terms of making money.
Yeah.
In that at least when someone is down,
Another person
is up. When someone is down, another person is break even, another person is up.
Yeah.
See, so like the problem now is when now you want to develop now you're trading to the institutional level, you now want to scale up capital. The risks of having that whole pool of money on one person, for me, I believe, like,
it's very high.
Yeah, you remember story of Anthony Wins? He went down because he was managing $1 billion shillings alone. Yeah. So in the markets tumesema hapa a couple of times, hata $20 billion inaenda.
Diversified risk is
important. So diversified risks in terms of the traders who are managing money for you is also a very, very key point in terms of risk, and also having a team of good traders.
Yeah.
So the point here is just being a good team. A team that will help you learn, a team that will help you now scale up capital, a team that will help you diversify a portfolio. You see? So, and I think that's like a very big advantage than a firm that let's say today, a hypothetical example, a firm like Alpha FX and TradeSense. If we get to the same level of trading, I think if you explain to an investor how this portfolio is diversified against the other one in terms of the traders managing money, I think more investors will lean on this other diversified portfolio than on a portfolio that has only one good trader.
Yeah.
You see? So I believe 3 good traders are better than 1 good trader.
Very, very
exactly.
true.
So the number, like the thing is, if you can get a team that will help you learn and also help you improve in your trading, now that's the pinnacle of being in a team. Pia nikiingia kwa team na learn tu na pia rasi make do. My objective here also is to make money.
Yeah.
So, hey, will you help me raise capital? See, such things also.
Yeah.
So I believe it also...
Even hedge funds invest in other hedge funds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hedge funds also invest in other hedge funds. Basically just because of diversification point.
Because even the diversification comes from even trading different markets.
Yeah, exactly. Because me
I don't look at USD CAD, I don't look at Aussie dollar.
Yes,
but you look at them.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are important moves in that side, at least the fund won't miss some of those moves.
So instead of you jumping.
Because I can't.
You can't. You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
So you look at different things also. So that's
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. You need to have that team around you of people. And also you can do diversification by having like one person in the team handling more risk than the others. Because if one person is doing well also, you can pull more money into that side because he does well, and then have less money, but you're still diversified. Like you're still trying to make more money by having one person who's doing very well. Manage the
greater good.
Exactly, for the greater good of the company. Yeah. So you need to be smart around how you do some of those things. Yeah.
True. So that's it. You have any more points? I think I've exhausted mine. I had points, but we've all included them in.
I think there's one point also, but not really in terms of trading, but also like important in terms of for you as a trader, is the friends you keep as a trader. For me, and I think we've been talking with Ken and just realizing, if you want to become very, very great at trading, you have to hang out around very great people. If you hang out around average people or just people like you won't scale up so much.
Yeah.
If you always hang out with Ken and Caleb every day, trust me, kuna vitu nita miss out by not hanging out with other people. Not exactly in the trading industry,
even in other fields.
Yeah, even in other fields.
True.
There are great people in real estate, hang out with them. There are great people in insurance, hang out with them.
Yeah.
So basically, and also like that's where, like, for you as a trader, your business is handling money.
That's why now you'll get even the money.
Yeah, exactly. You have people in the US, great people, billions flow in.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, hang out na your friends from campus.
Ngumu make progress.
Na wale wa high school. Itakuwa so hard for you like to move fast
in life.
In life. And I think in trading that's very, very important. For you, like in 10 years, you know you're about 25. By 35, yani unashanga, yani like you're doing things that wako 60 wanashanga. How is this 35-year-old kid
Doing all this.
Yeah, doing all this? Exactly.
It's making some decisions right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like the people umesema tu, those 5-6 people, 10 people around you, make sure ni yani hata unafaa yani mmoja akienda perform
unamtoa kwanza
unaingisha mwingine.
Obsama za kutusaidia sana. Time yake kwanza acha
exactly. Like make sure that circle of friends ni very competent yani. Wasi wako na capital nini. Because for me actually that's my goal right now, like moving forward. Like meeting great people, making connections with great people. Yeah.
So that networking is very important. Like as much as you may be good at what you're doing, you need those networks to like go further. Like
Yeah.
Because you can become only great in your industry, so you need other people.
In other fields.
Like they saying Taras, me can be very good in making money. Now I need to find other people great at doing other things.
Unaweza make money in trading, uende into the biggest real estate con man. Anakukon 130 million kwanza yako.
And there's a guy like that on Market Wizard. He said he was very good at making money, but outside,
Marcus.
it was Marcus. Very poor.
He was buying private jets.
Hauna advisor, msana put your money here.
I shouldn't be using it like this.
Exactly.
And you have to accept that you can't be good in everything.
Unless you're a fool.
Exactly.
The minute you're good at one thing, you know there are very many other things
you don't know. Yeah, exactly.
So you're very willing to learn because you know, hey, I'm only good here. The people who think they know many things are the people who are not even good at one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not good and exceptional at anything. So you just try and meander everywhere and you end up not doing anything.
Cool. So that's it, Russ?
Yeah, that point is done.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Nice. At least that one was straight to the point. I think you all have learned a few things, one or two things of being in a group. So there's the advantage and disadvantage, at least with what we've shared. Now you can go and look at yourself where you are. If you are going into a community, now you know what to do. If you're already in one, you know the advantage. You can resonate with what we're saying. So so I think that's it from us. As we keep saying at the end of every podcast, you know where to find us. We're also building a community on our Discord group, so the link is on our YouTube, this video down here in the description. Join our Discord. You'll find how different our Discord is. We don't talk about take trade here, lose, no, come out here, take the no. We give the reason why you're taking a trade, we break it down, and we share nuggets, videos, books, and all that. So join our group, come visit us at our offices at Jqua Tower, 17th floor, and be part of the students we teach. We are now taking November intake. So come be part of the team and get knowledge from what we've learned so far. And we also look to learning from you. As Taras has said, we are networking. So that's it for us, guys. Thank you for this podcast. I remember in the beginning I said this was episode 23. This is actually 24. So let's keep going. Let's keep producing good content. So that's it from us. Have a wonderful week. Peace.